Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Alpha Traders. Remember Friday we talked about that net flow on Bitcoin into the exchanges, right? A lot more flowing in and flowing out. The 4-hour as well was, let's go to the 4-hour here. All right, we had volatility flashing on the 4-hour. We had expansion. The net flow was big time, if you guys remember correctly. Let's see here. Yeah, you can see the inflow compared to, or the inflow compared to the outflow. It was massive that day. It was something like 27K in to the positive. So, well, we found out. Got a little sell-off, huh? That volatility expanded, negatively correlated. So it wasn't too hard to figure out what was going on. Now, was it? So let's take a peek here. Here we go. We actually just got a new daily though. Let's see where this daily volatility range is. Okay. New daily center. What is that at? Yeah, 47,542. Kind of a big range. Kind of a big range, to be honest. Let's see what percentage it is here. Let's see, it's right about there. Yeah, it's almost 1.75%. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big range, to be honest. Probably going to range today. All right, we trended yesterday, trended down, obviously. Second standard deviation move on the daily. Blue cross line here. All right, bounce from there. We closed the day above the 95.4, right? There was a 95.4% chance. So we did. Well, we opened up, boom, we had a quick little spurt here. 68 threes down here at about 45.95 and 9. Top side of the 68.3 on the daily, about 46.834. No, 47.210. Sorry, 47.205. That's the 4-hour 68.3. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. So yeah. Go over to the stream chat. See who we got in here. Oh yeah. So where's a 1SD today? So first, let's go over to some higher time frames here. Index. Let's get on the index. We get a new 2-day and 3-day candle close today. Not the close we just had, the close of this current day that we just got. So tomorrow we will be getting new 2-day and 3-day. Returns oscillator is building bull div on the 2-day. The 2-day is above the zero mean. This is on a 7 setting, no smooth. Okay. 3-day, same thing. Bull div, right? Lower lows on price action, higher lows on the oscillator. Both of the returns oscillators are resting right on the zero mean. We get a move to the upside here, and we see this returns oscillator bounce here. Those are some of the biggest moves you can get on these high time frames, or when you get those bounces. Or on this 2-day and 3-day, does it break the zero mean? Do we go back down to the downside? There is no divergence. There's no bear divergence anywhere. The weekly had the bear div, right? On the returns oscillator. Obviously, we've looked at this. High, lower high, right? High, higher high. Ooh, get the move down. We just got the new weekly, right? We just got the new weekly. We got low, lower low, low, higher low. So there is hidden bull right now, right? Does it play out? Yet to be seen, right? So what's the bottom line? Everybody knows exactly what I'm going to say. More sellers than buyers right now. Pretty simple. We don't have to complicate it. All right. We use volatility, probability, and statistics to try to gauge these moves, to try to see, are there more buyers than sellers? Are there more sellers than buyers? The volatility is going to tell you because of the correlation. If correlation expands negatively correlated, guess what? There's more sellers than buyers. If volatility expands and it's positively correlated, guess what? There's more buyers than sellers. It's really a simple game. You just pay attention, right? Most of the time, people are not paying attention. What are they doing? They're watching YouTube Jimmy, right? Hey, YouTube Jimmy, tell me where price is going. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's a random damn market. If you're not in trend, it's a random market. Nobody knows where this price action is going to go, right? It's day to day. Who's buying? Who's selling? How big are the buys? How big are the sells? Who's going to win that battle? Is there going to be an imbalance in that buy and sell pressure? Is that going to create divergence? The 2-day and the 3-day returns oscillator tells us there is a imbalance in the buy and sell pressure to the sell side. So these bulls have got a lot of energy stored up. When we pop out, whenever Bitcoin finds its bottom, bad boy's gonna pop. It's gonna pop hard too. So the weekly, you can see we are resting on this log MA set to a 33 power mean, right? That's where the dump went to too, on the big weekly candle, and we got the first big sell-off. Bounced right on that 33. So, okay. But bottom line is, if now I could go and I could make a damn chart. Look, you guys by now should know how to read price action. Go back on a weekly chart. Look at these super cycles Bitcoin's been in, right? There's been several, probably 4 on the weekly over the lifetime, usually corresponding after halvings and stuff. But usually is what happens is you start building a reaccumulation formation, right? Now, I'm not a pattern trader, but I read price action. And to me, right now, especially as long as Bitcoin continues to close these weekly candles above this 33, right? We break this 30, if daily candles start breaking this 33 length variance log MA set to a power mean, right? That's about, like right now, it's at 44,550. We start breaking daily candles below here and closing those daily candles, guys. I mean, first thing is, let's see here. Let's go over onto the VRE real quick. So where do I think this is probably going to go if that happens? Let's get a good monthly here. Yeah, it's about tapped out. This is probably is this the weekly S3? About 42K. We want to see if this thing continues to dump, we close those daily candles below that 33 log MA on the weekly. You're going to want to see a bounce at 42. If you do not get a real heavy bouncer at the 42, if we don't bounce out of here now, bounce out of here now, let's see, let's go back. Whoops. Got too many damn charts up. I mean, you've got the 54 log MA down here at about a little under 35K, right? A little bit under 35K. And now, number one, we start closing weekly candles below, let's see, what are these closes at over here on this data set? I do not use data sets as support and resistance, but I'm not stupid. I know how to read higher lows and lower highs and blah, 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 blah. You got to be able to read price action. It's going to tell you a lot about trend, volatility, probabilities, statistics. It's all that matters. Period. The end. I don't care what anybody says. You can pull out all your fancy little traditional technical analysis tools all you want. Bottom line is, are there more buyers and sellers? Are there more sellers and buyers? And what indicators are you using to tell you what's going on in the market? Do you have an indicator that tells you about trend, like entropy, right? Is this market random? Look on the weekly. This is all random. This is all random price action, right? Everything's random since that first 65K high we had, right? Since this area right here. All this price action, all this, it's all random. So what's that telling you? Pretty simple, right? It's random. It's not in trend, which is good. You don't want to see price action going to the downside during a macro bull market trending to the downside. This is when we know. This is what I tell people. People are like, oh, we're going into this vicious bear market now. We're going to zero again. Oh my God, the death of Bitcoin. It's like, I'm not even concerned unless I see this entropy start trending. And I'm not going to be concerned. The only concern I'm going to have is, all right, now how am I going to use my capital? Probably going to be shorting a lot. All right. So, yeah. I mean, it really is a simple game. It's a simple damn game. All right, let's see here. Let me go to the 5-day real quick. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, the 5-day has broken the 33. We got the 54 down here, about 44.2. 44.2. 3-day. Yeah, the 3-day, we're getting close to the 99 down here, which is a 4.45. So what's that matching up with? All right, that's matching up on the weekly. Bloop, bloop. The weekly 33. Same spot, 44.5. So we got a little confluence down there at 44.5. Hell, we got within about 800 bucks, 900 bucks of it earlier, right? On this dump. Bitcoin almost dumped 5K today. I see people crying on other discords. Oh my God, why is our price going down? It's like, I don't know, maybe because Bitcoin dropped $5,000. I mean, what are you people nuts? But, you got to take into account there's a lot of people out there. They're just watching YouTube Jimmy. They have no clue how to trade. YouTube Jimmy says, hey, we're going up. They just start buying, right? Which is, oh my God, worst damn thing you could possibly do. Learn how to trade. That's all I can say about that. Or you're just going to continue to get wrecked. 2 days down here. Yeah, okay, so this is, I mean, I like this down here, right? This last log MA, right? This is set to a 144. It's a powerful support level, right? And this is the only time I'm ever going to talk about support is when I'm using log return moving averages. I could care less about simple or exponential or any of the other stuff. There's some smoothing stuff that I do use, but yeah, when it comes to these areas acting as support, I look to them. I really do. So let's see here. 2-day though. Bull div, right? Bull div. Higher lows on the return oscillator. Lower lows on price action. That's the 2-day and the 3-day. Pretty sure 2-hour. Lots of bull div. Lots of bull div on the 2-hour. But did it already from this low right here? Did it already play out? Did some of that bull div play out? Now what would it be creating? If you got a higher high on the returns oscillator, lower highs on price action. What's that? That's hidden bear. Right? Hidden bear. There's a lot of time frames. This Z-score is buried. Right? The Z-score on a lot of time frames is way down here at the bottom at the 99% confidence interval. Right, we're a little bit above the 95 here. We are a little bit now. What was let me see here. Yeah, we're building. We're actually a little mild bull div. When you start to see some div on the Z-score too, that's good. Really good. And I'm looking at the dump, right? The big 12-hour dump candle. I'm looking for some divergence playouts, right? There was some right there. We had a little bit. So is this going to continue to build? What's this 4-hour look like? Bouncing all over the place today, ladies and gents. The 4-hour returns oscillator is definitely breaking up the zero mean right now. That's I kind of wanted to see that. Did kind of want to see that. Let me blow this up right here. This is the only time you will ever see me do any of this too. Ever see me using a trend line. It's going to be on this returns oscillator, right? Let's see here. I mean, we had a little bit of channel down. We have broken up above that channel. We are above the zero mean. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out. Let's see. What's this? Okay, as of right now, from the high on the local high on the 4 hour, there is not any hidden bear yet. There is not any hidden bear yet, right? You're gonna the returns oscillators are gonna have to get up a little higher first for there to be some hidden bear. Let's see here. Let's go over here. The Z-score historical volatility is definitely coming down, positively correlated. We all know what happens there. After the expansion, negative correlation, right? It went positive correlation with contraction. That's why that 4 hour move continued down. We're stuck below this Gaussian mean now, too. All right, we're going to want to get back up above that. We did for a short amount of time here and started riding it up. Then the closer we got to the end of the weekend, these sellers came out. These sellers came out. But how much fun, right? Look at this movement in price action. Or you could be watching gold and silver. How exciting is that? All they do is sit in the mud. They don't do shit. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Let me see my own stream chat is on here. So Bitcoin, what do you do today? Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so here's our new weekly distribution levels. All right, we already blew through the let's see here. Yep. We opened or just above the bottom side 68.3, right? It was at 49,461. The first standard deviation normal distribution was at 46,828, right? We're just a little bit below that right now. What, by $500 or so? The 95.4 weekly Laplace distribution range, 43,860. So that's another area. It's a little bit below that 44.5 area I was talking about. So Bitcoin were to shoot by that area, you would look for a bounce there at that 43.9-ish, 43.8 area, right in that zone somewhere. Very interesting indeed. But obviously, traditional markets, right? They took a little dump today. Yes, they did. I mean, not too bad. Almost a percent. Almost a percentage. NASDAQ right now, barely up on the new. So let's see. And obviously right now, there's a lot of just, there's so much FUD. It's insane, right? You got a lot of FUD in the market. What is it now? Now Russia's talking shit about Bitcoin. Oh, just, I mean, if you didn't know, they mine and hold Bitcoin. They're just a bunch of commies, right? They don't want their citizens or corporations or anybody else mining Bitcoin, gathering up the Bitcoin. They want it all. So it's just all FUD. That's all this is. That's why we trade volatility, probability, and statistics. We don't give a shit about any of that. What do we give a shit about? The new day, right? The new daily candles. Are there more buyers than sellers? Are there more sellers than buyers? Look to the charts. What's the volatility telling us? That's what we're looking for. We're looking at our price action volatility ranges. We're looking at distribution levels. That's all that matters, right? All that matters. Let's see some squishes down. Let me back this up real quick, all the way from the beginning of yesterday. See how many candles that is. I had it earlier, now it's changed. 97. I'm going to look at MATIC here in a minute too. Look at Bitcoin and MATIC today. Yeah, you can see Bitcoin immediately, right? When we started dumping after, looks like it was, yep, second 15-minute candle of the day, right? Yesterday. Immediately dumped down to the 99.7 Laplace distribution range, okay, on this projection. Started going sideways, right? Got back up above the 95.4, bounced off this daily S1 right here, or it reject to the dollar, bottom side of the new weekly range. It is above us right now. So what do we got working now on Bitcoin? I mean, this thing is it's hilarious, right? When you think, we started getting the rise in price, we had all the price action volatility ranges were set up perfectly, right? You had the weekly above the monthly, the dailies above the weekly, and then whoop, now it's flipped, right? You got the monthly, the bottom of the monthly range is literally up here at what is it? 57.69. No. Like 58.5 range, right? 58.5 range, 59.8 range for the middle. Top side's about 61.245. We got about 2 weeks left in the month. But now we've got the daily ranges below the new weekly, below the monthly. All right, that's set up for, hey, Bitcoin better get its head out of its ass. The sellers better come out. Because what do bears do? What do bulls do? They're going to pump it or dump this thing, man. Right? At some point, the sellers are going to come in. All right, you got a lot of institutions out there wanting to get into Bitcoin. This whole regulatory shit's just jacking everything up. I was watching a good interview with somebody from the UAE, right? And talking about how all these like funds, all these retirement funds over there and stuff, they are just waiting for regulation. They're chomping at the bit to dive headfirst into cryptocurrency, but they are balls deep in the S&P, right? So they're not going to put a large amount of their holdings into an asset class where the regulation's so screwed up, especially in the United States. They're calling Bitcoin property. I mean, what a joke, right? Who else is on board with that? What a fucking joke. Property? Really? Jesus, it's a currency, you jackasses. Okay, but anyway, at least make it an asset. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? It's a riot. So there are literally, I think the number was $250 billion that this guy was talking about, that they are waiting to flood into the cryptocurrency market. And this guy was smart. This guy was really smart they were talking to. And he was saying, he was like, he was watching it when it was like at about 200, when cryptocurrency was at about $200 billion. And he's like, yeah, we definitely had our eye on it. He goes, but it wasn't real. He goes, now at 2 trillion, he goes, it's real. He goes, it's an emerging asset class and we want to get in. The regulations got to be right. What's this? I'll tell you what, when they get a spot backed ETF, look out. Look out. Bitcoin is going to explode. And from what I understand, it is on the horizon. It is going to happen, right? It's going to happen. So, these people want in at good prices, right? So there's a lot of selling going on, but they're playing with fire. People don't realize this. Look, 90% of the Bitcoin has been mined. It's like 18 million something. I don't know the exact number, but it's about 90% of the Bitcoin has been mined. Do you see, people don't understand the way Bitcoin is set up with the halvings. It's literally going to take another 120 years to mine the other 10% of Bitcoin, right? And you go over here, let's see, and you look at the exchange reserves. Hello? 2.26 mil, right? 2.26 mil. So, I mean, there's not a lot of Bitcoin available, right? And if you look at the long-term holders, there we go, long-term holders, baby, sugar pants. They're not selling. The long-term holders are not selling. So these people that are selling right now, they are playing with fire, right? To the point where every time they sell, there's a huge what if somebody steps in, buys their Bitcoin? I mean, they're messing with fire, man. There is such a shaky line right now. The people that are pushing this market down, it's insane. And this is just all my opinion, right? It's the only kind of news I give a shit about is all this macro stuff. You know, how much Bitcoin's available, how much Bitcoin has been mined. A lot, 90%, like I just said. There's only 10% left. Good Lord. And it's going to take, and it's another 100 and literally 120 years for that to be mined, right? So, considering there's only whatever 2.2 mil out there available right now on exchanges, ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. I'm telling you right now, because of the supply shock. And when we get a spot backed ETF launched, do we understand how big this could be? It's incredible. Bitcoin could shoot to $1 million so fast, it's just going to make everybody's head spin. And everybody's going to be like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. I was going to buy it 20K. It's like, yeah, well, you got screwed, didn't you? So I don't know, man. I just, it's what I sit around all day. I talk to the dogs about. Yes. All right. Say, Ron, you got any questions? I'm going off the rails right now. Get me back on track. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I do like this 4 hour though. This breakout, another returns oscillator. Can can you use trend lines on this return oscillator? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? It's the only time you'll ever see me drawing trend lines, right? Is on certain indicators, usually returns oscillator, and it's on a low length. So you're going to get a lot of movement. You're going to get a lot of movement. And when you get a nice channel to the downside like that, visible channel, I mean, you're just waiting for this breakout. Then you're going to want to see, do the sellers come smashing in right now? Does it blow through any hidden bear divergence? Now I'm talking about price action is going to have to get back up over 50K. But did you see how fast it dropped from almost 51 down to 46K? Fast. I mean, it can happen. That's why nothing ever shocks me at Bitcoin. Sometimes I'm surprised, never shocked though, right? Hello. When you've been in crypto since like early 2016, nothing shocks you. You have seen it all. You've seen Bitcoin do some amazing shit. And that's why, there are already a lot of institutional now. Is there a lot of institutional investors right now on a macro level? Probably not. Probably not. But you got some big boys. You got MicroStrategy buying a shit. Tesla bought a bunch, right? You got a lot of big corporations that are buying Bitcoin. But on a macro level, as an investment, no. But if you don't think institutional traders aren't trading cryptocurrency, buddy, let me tell you something right now. That's why everybody out there that loves to try to trade cryptocurrency, and I'm talking intraday trading, right? You have no idea the behemoth you're up against. We've talked about it before. You're trading against high frequency trading firm algorithms. 80-90% of the market of all the trading going on in crypto is being done by these institutional algos. That's what people need to realize, man. You're up against a behemoth. This is why we trade volatility, probability, and statistics. We're not minnows when we trade like this. We're literally flesh and blood, great white sharks jumping in with the big mechanical sharks, right? Those are the big algos. They look at us and they're like, oh, somebody's figured it out. They're just like, come on, we don't eat meat. We'll let you eat it all. So we gobble up, right? That's what these people that trade all these other foolish methods don't realize. When they lose a trade, who's on the other side of their trade? If it's not those algos, it's one of us. Guarantee it. Somebody trading, somebody that knows where these distribution levels are, where these price action volatility ranges are, right? The people that know about volatility, expansion, contraction, the breaks and correlation that go along with it. Sometimes I sound like a broken damn record. Well, I am. I'm just going to continue, right? And we're small fries, right? While you got YouTube Jimmy out there, it's got tens of thousands of subscribers, tens of thousands of views on their YouTube vid where they're just squawk, squawk, squawk. There's really only one person out there that I will even watch, right? Because he shifted his trading so dramatically since the first time I met him that it's incredible, right? And everybody knows who I'm talking about. All he talks about anymore is pretty much trend, volatility, probability. You know, he brings up some stochastic and stuff like that, but that's all fine. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But I especially lately, right? And you go watch any of his vids, you watch my vid, we're on the same damn page. We're talking about the same areas because we're both looking at the price action. We both understand formations that do set up on a big macro level. I could give a shit less about some formation on a 15-minute chart, on a 4-hour chart, on a daily chart. I'm talking about a weekly chart, right? And when you get these Bitcoin super freaking cycles, man, those things are important to understand what you're looking at. 100%. Who? Yeah, old Crown. Old Crown. Because for what he does, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of clowns out there, man. There's a lot of freaking clowns out there that have no idea what they're talking about. No idea. And there's a lot of people watching them, man. Which is just brutal. Which is brutal. Let's see here. All right, how much time did I take up on Bitcoin? Let's jump over to because you can see too, Bitcoin never broke outside the 99.7, right? Right, on this 15-minute projection. Boom, boom. And this, right, when I just talked about I could give a shit less about formations on lower time frames. This is the only damn formation I give a shit about on any time frame to be, unless we're talking about a weekly. That is a distribution, the Laplace distribution to be exact. Now, if you go over here, bring this up real quick. Let's pull up my old friend here, MATIC. If it wasn't for MATIC, and Ethereum would really be struggling. Got that, guarantee that. All right. Yeah, we're on the same candle. No, let's back this up one more. Oh, 98. There we go. Now you can see, right? It looks real similar in the beginning with Bitcoin, right? Real similar. Now, when Bitcoin broke back up above the 94, it went up to its bottom of its weekly range, where MATIC would have been up here. But where did MATIC bounce off of? MATIC rejected from that daily S1. And if you looked yesterday, look how tight MATIC's daily range was, and it was right below the weekly. This was a damn no-brainer. This was a no-brainer, 100%. But look what MATIC did that Bitcoin didn't. MATIC twice broke down below the 99.7, right? Probability range of this Laplace distribution projection. First time, where'd it bounce off of? This tight monthly range down here. And this is why MATIC, more than anything, has ranged like crazy this month. This has been a profit monster. If you were looking to trade this 15-minute chart, holy crap. And you can see all these areas hit, man. There's a distribution. Then it bounces off the S2, comes down, bounces off the monthly. Kind of hit a no man's land here. But from what I was seeing, this second standard deviation down here was a magnet. This thing just flipped right around. It wanted to get some of that 2SV action, and it did. But immediately, what did it do? It got right back up above this tight monthly range. I'm telling you right now, mark my words, if Bitcoin pops out of the hole here, MATIC is going to fly. I mean, MATIC is going to fly. Not put it this way, if Bitcoin gets back up around 51K, MATIC is going to scream through this weekly range, And you are probably going to see MATIC up here at the weekly, at least R1. Let's see. Wow, look how far that weekly R1 is. Oh, shit. That weekly R1 on MATIC's at 250, right? Way up here, way up here. So, and that's literally on today. Is that a, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's about a 4 standard deviation move on the daily. With some of these volatile assets, not out of the question at all. But at the same time, from yesterday, it's going to be busting up above this projection. But at this point, this volatility is changing too much. I was really using this on the bottom side, right? I wanted to see where this price action was going to go. This 99.7 on MATIC coming down here just lined up perfectly with this tight monthly range. So it's a no doubt that MATIC's hanging out right here right now. All right, there's a lot of buyers right in this area. 100%. A lot of buyers on MATIC. You can see the daily 68.3 was right on top of the center of that tight monthly range. You can see the white cross line covering up the yellow cross line. It's the center of the monthly. Boy, it bounced right off there real nice. Now, what's MATIC doing? Getting ready to test its daily range. All right. And the top side of the 68.3 is right up here. By the time this thing starts to really move, it's actually right up here by the 4-hour 95.4. Boom. There's the 4-hour 99.7 up here. And that would be at the daily R1. Yep. Or no, my bad. That's the projection. Shit. There's the R1. So it's a little bit above it. It's up here by the 4-hour 3rd standard deviation. Oh, wait a minute. I could be wrong. Actually, I was wrong. There's the 68.3, 95.4. That's the 99.7 up by the 4 standard deviation. Normal distribution. Standard distribution. I'm talking too fast. So this is important here, right? Well, what's going to be going on with MATIC? Going to get a rejection here off the daily range? Obviously, right? It all depends on Bitcoin. We're not going to lie to ourselves. What's Bitcoin going to do? Look, I mean, just really, what did Bitcoin drop down to? Like 46.3 or something, coming right out of the gate. It's almost pumped $1,000. So Bitcoin continues to the top side right here. MATIC's going to fly. You can guarantee that 100%. Why? Because of this tight monthly range. I talked about it. Talked about it at the beginning of the damn month. Right? There was a couple other ones. I think Luna had a nice one. If you guys are interested in the Wolfpack, I think in the Wolfpack chat, he put a nice list of these some tight monthly. So yeah, let's go over here now. Let me bring up. Let's actually. Boop. Yeah, you know what? MATIC doesn't have really enough. Doesn't have enough history. Yeah, it does. Beg my pardon. Around. Hey, give it some credit, Bilbo. Wouldn't that be nice? That's what Bitcoin's lovely. Look at Look how strong MATIC is. Right? You see the difference in that weekly chart between Bitcoin and MATIC. Strong against Bitcoin, man. Super strong. Might have to readjust these projections, obviously. This one's actually, I don't like that because we have this candle in between. So where would I want to start this? Right here. Get a measuring tool here. Let's do a nice little projection. 10 bars back. Okay. Got you. Perfect. 10. Let's see. You won't see anybody else on YouTube having this much fun. Because you won't see anybody else on YouTube even using an indicator like this. is how unique alpha trading is. Right? This weekly candle on MATIC, right? Came down, tapped the top side of this 68.3. Where's this 95.4 at the rest of this week up there? Wow. Yeah, that'd be lovely. That's a $5 MATIC bet. We're not going to go that far, right? So what we're going to do though, we are going to look at, let's see, the 68.3 for MATIC is at $1.96. The 95.4, sorry, I was wrong. Beg my pardon. Where'd this baby open up at? Yeah, 68.3. Let's see, 292. Okay, 222. My bad. 222 is the 68.3. Or no, wait a minute. Am I missing? Maybe it's because of the history. There's not enough history to populate that third. No, it's that close. That's what's going on. 1, 2, 3. That's why the bottom side 68.3 is stuck down here. This is actually the 95.4 Laplace on the weekly. Pardon me. It's buried under the blue projection line. That's why I didn't see it. So the 95.4 is a 292. Or I mean, the 99.7 is a 292. Gee, tripping all over myself. Very interesting. Why does that not look right? Let me turn off this PB2 real quick, man. There's the 97 down there. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's going on. Crying out loud. That's what it is. That little booger. That is the 95.4. The 95.4 is at 295. See right up here where we got $4.32 and $4.34 for standard deviation. See that blue dot right there? Those are right underneath each other. That's why you can't see the pink dot. Man, that was throwing me for a loop. I knew I was right the first time. It's just hiding, little sucker. Okay. Now we're straight, YouTubers. I knew something wasn't adding up. That's because it's hid under that fourth standard deviation. That's where you will usually find the Laplace 99.7. It'll be underneath the fourth standard deviation normal distribution. It'll be right around it anyway. Just was not seeing that. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, right now we're below the 68.3 to the downsides at $1.96. Right. So yeah, that's MATIC's first little feat. Got to get above that 68.3 to the downside. Then the 68.3 is at 220. 220. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Jesus, that was rough. Shouldn't be that rough on myself. Let's see. Is there a good place? Yeah, you know what? Squash this down a little bit. When was that? Yeah, it was at the beginning of the year. You know what? Let me get a measurement on that real quick. We'll throw the PB2 way back here. Yeah, it's a bullish candle. We can put it there. 51 bars. First off, let's throw this PB2 on 52 bars. I went one too many. Silly boy. 51. There we go. Yeah, we're way outside. Holy mercy. Let me make something. Just make sure. Log. I am on log. Yeah. And that's from the beginning of the year. MATIC was like, "Screw you, Laplace distribution. I'm a boss." So anyway, this volatility has dramatically changed. So when you see something like this, so does MATIC have to come back and test this projection? Guys, this was a year ago almost, right? So to even be populating it back that far is kind of, or wait a minute, Jesus, you guys, that's, yeah. That was a year ago, man. Holy crap. Let's move it up. Boom. Now, I usually don't start it on dojis, but that's a pretty bullish doji right there, right? So we can start it there at 35. This is going to give us a way better look. And I'm doing this, I want to see like coming into the first quarter of next year. There we go. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. Right. So MATIC on this run up runs right up to the 99.7 a month later. Right. Boom. Says, nah, we're not going to break outside this distribution model. So it comes down, almost tests the top side of the 68.3. Can't get through the 95.4 right here, right? Kind of takes that dip down, just following Bitcoin, but not to the same extremes by any means. So yeah, I mean, we're talking even by the end of the year, boom, right here. It's that sweet little dot, $3. And so if Bitcoin goes on a run this last couple of weeks of the year, don't think it can't happen, right? This would just be the funniest shit. I'm gonna laugh so hard. These people are coming in the first part of December. Go back in time. The following year, after having the last quarter, is usually just pump city, right? It kind of turned around. We had those powerful moves of 65, then the 70. I mean, dude, that's a lot of buying, right? They ran out of juice. So, of course, it pulled back. But if Bitcoin makes that run at the end of the year to about 90, 100K, like I was talking about, right? Things change, right? And I'm gonna show you this weekly bear div one more time to show you what changed my mind. But you're gonna be looking, if Bitcoin makes that run, you will see MATIC at about 350, $3.55, somewhere in that range. If Bitcoin does make that run, um, that would be interesting. That's on the low side, though. That's coming from this projection. If you want to use this local projection right here, when MATIC was down about $1.20, and now it's like finding support on the top side of the 68.3 distribution level. What if this decides to run up to the 95.4? You're looking at a $6.40 MATIC. And if Bitcoin does do a 2x by the end of in the next 2 weeks, don't think it can't happen. Go back and look at freaking the 2017 bull run. Let's see here. It could definitely. I mean, that's a nice MATIC there, over $6. Could definitely happen. It definitely happen. But of course, everything's gonna depend on what Bitcoin's gonna do. Everything's gonna depend on what Bitcoin's gonna do. All right, let's go here now. Let's put this on Omatic. And then I'm going to go back to the weekly chart on Bitcoin and show you about that bear div. I've talked about it, but I was waiting. I wanted to see how if that weekly bear div, if that oscillator was going to cross down the zero mean. And it did. 100%. Same thing kind of going on here on the 4 hour on MATIC, right? Kind of broke out of this little freaking this little range here, the returns oscillator, 100%. But of course, what's it setting up now? It's setting up some hidden bear big time. But you've got these fissures down here, right? You got the lower length fissure was actually bounced right on the second standard deviation. Look at the higher length set on a line. All right, it's breaking up right now, trying to bounce off the third. You see these fissures turn up. It's a powerful indicator. Powerful indicator. We will be publishing this for people that are in our have the pro trader level of the Discord. You will be getting this. This is going to be a private indicator. Let's see here. The Z score on the 4 hour too, right? Just like Bitcoin, man. It's down here in the low zone. Low zone. What's going on? You can see we did some updates to the AVR too. And we'll explain this a little more later. Still working with it, but I've got all three lengths of the AVR here, right? And all three lengths of the APP correlation for the lower length AVR. So yeah, it's a Ute. First things first for MATIC. Let's close this 4 hour candle above the Gaussian mean. That's a start. Where's that at? We're almost right there, right? It's $1.85, $1.85 and a half. $1.85 and a half. Okay, that's what I wanted to look at on the 4 hour. Let's go back to this 90-minute. It was real similar to Bitcoin. There was a shitload of bull div. This when MATIC was dumping out with Bitcoin. Look at all the bull div, right? Look at all the bull div. I mean, it's still there. This returns oscillator can go as high as it damn wants. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's been a lot higher than it is now, right? I mean, hell, look at the tip of that. Plenty of room to run. Plenty of room to run. And the 90-minute fishers definitely did some nice bouncing. And there was some bull div on between the DLP and price action as well. MATIC was trending, right, on the 90-minute, trending to the downside. Talking earlier about, hey, do you have an indicator that's going to tell you when price action's in trend or if it's random? We do at Alpha Trading. It's a bad boy, 90-minute. Remember, all good things roll uphill, right? The 90-minute right now is above that Gaussian mean. It rode the Gaussian mean down as these volatility bands expanded. This is when I love price action. Why? Because these volatility bands are spread out. They give you great targets. Great targets. Look right there, 224 on the 90-minute. What's up there? That's the weekly 95, or that's the weekly 68.3. Is that correct? Jesus, I forgot already. Whoops, where are you at? Yeah. Yep, right at the weekly 68.3 Laplace distribution range. That is right where this 2SD band on the 90-minute is, little just in the same area within a penny. Let me read this real quick in the chat. Yeah, that I don't know too much about Ascariot, but I will look into it. Very carefully. How do I play it? Very carefully. Very carefully, right? 100%. Well, here's the biggest thing, right? You're setting up all this bull did, but hell, man, the variance was going up, right? Negatively correlated. Started to have an outlier right here. Then even turned down positively correlated. So you're still getting some downside action, right? Opened up, that candle went down. Then the variance went negatively correlated, telling you that thing is going to start walking up. Right about here, though, you can see it went up negatively correlated to get this 90-minute candle down, but now we're getting this one up. So I would imagine here in about 38 minutes, the price action continues up. You'll probably see this go positively correlated. Continue on up. Chad, you got to be careful. And how do I really play it? Obviously, I'm not trading on the 90, but I'm looking for divs on all these time frames. But I'm down here on the 15. Right, I'm down here on the 15 and I'm looking. I've got it turned off right now. Boom. Let's turn on that higher time frame. So the white line right there, that is the 45-minute returns oscillator. When these babies are going in the same direction, powerful moves happen, man. Powerful moves happen. 100%. So let's see here. Now you're asking about the AEVR. Yeah, this is pretty much it. This is everything, right? This is everything. Indeed, sir. Right here, okay? See this line right here? That is the 2400 AVR. That's the 981 AVR. And the columns are the 636. Then you've got the 36 length APP, the 81 length APP, and the 400 length APP. Right? Now this correlation is for the columns on the 636. Yep. Ding, ding. So we're going to push this update at some point. We're trying to get it right, though, because it is a lot of noise. You got to understand what you're looking at here. You got to understand what you're looking at, because the APP isn't volatility. The APP is price percentile. How do I use the APP? For exhaustion. Are the sellers exhausted? Are the buyers exhausted? That's what I'm looking for, especially when you get all these lengths, right? Get all these lengths. You're going to get some, I'm exhausted. Oh, let's get a little jump. I'm exhausted. Oh, let's get a little jump. So yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Let's see, 15-minute. Yeah, see, and that's what we were starting. I mean, look at this 15-minute. We've been riding these babies down since December 8th, right? Since December 8th on the 15-minute. Been rejecting off these log MAs, log MAs, log MAs. So I'm going to want to, at some point on the 50, that's all starting, right? I mean, look how the 33 log MA right there is just rejecting MATIC, right? First, it was the 9. Rejection, 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 rejection off the 33. Now we're at the 33 rejecting again. Does it bounce around the 9? Do we get up? We'll see. The 144 is up around $2. So obviously, though, it's all going to depend on what Bitcoin does, man. All going to depend on Bitcoin. All right, let's see here. Anything else stick out to me? Kind of had my eye on Luna a little bit, but at the moment right now, focusing on MATIC a little bit because MATIC is wanting to explode because it's helping out one of the biggest scams in crypto. Yeah, I said it. Ethereum gas scam extraordinaire. MATIC kind of, what's MATIC? What's Polygon? What's that chain? It's kind of like Immutable X, right? It's helping with the fees. It's helping with the gas scam fees. It's insanity, man. That's why I see these NFT projects launching on Ethereum. I'm just like, what the hell, man? But then you go to projects like Solana or Cardano, and it's like the gas fees in Ethereum when it comes to NFTs keeps these dumb idiots from flipping NFTs. Because these people are idiots. They don't understand. NFTs are a long-term hold. But when you come over and you launch NFTs on Cardano and Solana, you get all these dumbasses that like to flip shit coins and they start flipping NFTs like they're shit coins. And most of them lose money. It's insane. It's so funny. But you don't see that kind of shit with the NFTs that are on Ethereum, right? Because the gas fees would kill you. You can't just flip NFTs on Ethereum. So, see, Ethereum needs some help. Now they're getting it. They're getting it. And supposedly, maybe by like 2030, ETH 2.0 will roll out. We'll see. We'll see. Why would you want to change, though? God, the miners are loving it, right? What the hell? Give me that gas. Give me that gas. All right. Let me look here. See you typing. I see you typing. I'll wait to see what you got. So yeah, let's pop back over to Bitcoin though. Let me get this on index, the weekly. There we go. Yeah, right up here, you can see it tried to turn around right up here at the top. When this thing started coming down off that zero mean, no, it was kind of no-brainer. This bad boy was coming down. Especially, I mean, man, you had an outlier on the weekly. For God's sakes. You just traded this weekly chart when you were having outliers on the variance? You're already retired. All right? You're already retired. Just crazy, man. Look, let's just go from this dump, right? Back in February of 20. You get this outlier on the weekly. Let's see here. Where do we get that? Yep, right up there. Oop. 62% move. That's on this outlier. Boop, boop, boop. I mean, you got these little ones right here, which we can do them too. Yep. That is 40%. Another one. Oh, that's a goodie too, boy. Yeah, it's only a few weeks. That'll work out. I can tell already. It's about 50%. Oh no. Actually, one more little boom. 33%. There's the mucho. Yummy, yummy. That was about 130%. I mean, did you get where I'm going? We already know that dump right there, 50% on that outlier. Here's this outlier, right? Already know. Hell, that was about 50%. Yeah, great indicator. Let me turn off this 45-minute higher time frame and get rid of those freaking time is it? Oh yeah, we're done too. Now, if we're talking about the returns oscillator, look, right? Higher highs, lower high, bear div. The returns oscillator's turned up, right? Low, higher low, it's hidden bull. So, do we pop out of here now? Yet to be seen. Or does the returns oscillator turn down again? Well, if it does, it's not because there's no divergence anymore. The returns oscillator played out, right? That's a hell of a move, man. From wick to wick, it was what? 42% or something? In my opinion, it is done, but I was talking about those critical levels, right? This area right around here has got to hold. If anything, about 45.5 area's got to hold. If not, we're probably going to revisit that wick at around a little under 42, right? A little under 42. But yeah, that's going to wrap us up. So, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, we are Alpha Trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and we love to teach people how to do the same. The link to our Discord is in the description of all of our videos. Come check us out. Follow the welcome message. It'll tell you exactly what to do. Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. And thanks, guys, watching in the live stream on Discord. And I will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys.